This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell and Leaded, designed for extra miles. One thing to deal with the bully in person, but officials from the Bahamas Crisis Center said they are also concerned about cyberbullying. A recent exhibition held at the mall at Marathon focusing on the challenges of bullying. Volunteer with the Crisis Center, Ronaldo Clark, talked about the online threat.
Bullying is persons, they have their smartphones, persons are on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, and they're sending messages to one another that are hurting persons. It could be hurting persons, telling persons about, insulting persons. They'll be insulting one another. A lot of people are hurting themselves. A lot of persons are committing suicide because of cyberbullying. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to increase awareness about cyberbullying. So as we spread the information, more people will spread the information, and by increasing the awareness, we can eradicate cyberbullying.
He is known for his work with Shock Treatment, the Peace on the Streets basketball tournament, and his overall work with our youth. Dr. Carlos Reid, the senior pastor of Kingdom Summit, reflected on his ministry, which marked 20 years today. In this report, Jimmy Swain tells us about Reid's plan to continue to work to uplift our young people and his continued fight to stomp out crime.
The Hope Center was packed to capacity Sunday as scores presented themselves to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the ministry of Dr. Carlos Reid. The reformed gangbanger and our senior pastor said he is humbled by the God-inspired commitment he has had to serve his community.
God saved me. I really didn't understand what purpose was until I'm seeing it manifested with persons that he's used me to impact. And I believe that's what hope is all about. That's what God is all about.
Youth Against Violence President Travis Robinson and Shock Treatment participant Nathan Bain both reflected on the role Reid played in their lives.
When I look at my life and when I was quote-unquote inside a life of crime and gangbanging, that was particularly because the only persons I knew or see on a daily basis were the drug dealers and the people on the block sitting down, and so that's who I would have basically followed. But when we have positive individuals like Apostle Dr. Carlos Reid, I had a second thought or change of mind to say, hey, listen, I don't have to go that road.
He's doing now, I consider Shock Treatment as a good thing to catch the young people while you could, because once they get older, then you cannot stop them from there. But what he's doing now is really well.
As for another element to the crime fight that is lacking, Dr. Reid called for more male mentors.
Mentorship is crucial in this country, particularly in a time where there are so many women that are out there struggling with kids to bring up kids in this country.
There were also musical and speaking tributes to Dr. Reid, but the celebrity artist Jamal Rule also had a special presentation for him.
To do a portrait of Carlos Reid, I would say that I draw all the big time people. He and I are good friends, and I just had to be a part of it.
Jimmy Swain, ZNS Network News.
He's described as a humble, dedicated, faithful man of God. Hundreds filled Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church in Bimini yesterday to attend the funeral of its pastor, the late Bishop Stanley Pender Sr. The Baptist clergyman, who just celebrated his 80th birthday in May, led Mount Zion since 2002 after enjoying a successful career in the tourism sector. RLTV's Mannings was there.
He said, make your promises, deliver those promises no matter how long it takes. That's what he told me.
The Member of Parliament for West End and Bimini, the Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Obi Wilshcombe, is among the many men who described the late Stanley Pender Sr. as a mentor, father and friend. The late clergyman's death was also a blow for staff at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. His son Stanley Jr. is our Deputy General Manager.
He was not only our parent, the person we turned to when we needed advice or insight, but that he was also our friend. He became my best friend.
Prime Minister the Right Honourable Perry Christie led a senior government delegation to Bimini to attend the funeral service on Saturday and used the opportunity to again underscore the need for Bahamians to write their story.
He was born at a time when you hear about monitors in the school because the educational system could not produce teachers. The school would identify those students who had outstanding ability, sufficiently so that as students they could become teachers, and they called them monitors. And that demonstrated
that even though they may not have had the opportunity, they had the God-given ability to build.
Presiding Bishop of Global United Fellowship, His Grace the Most Reverend Neil Ellis, remembered spending his boyhood during Tuesday night Bible study with Bishop Pender at Mount Zion Baptist in Bimini. He delivered his sermon from John chapter 14 under the theme, A Peace, a Place, a Promise.
And then he says, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I wouldn't lie to you. Then he says, I'm going to prepare you a place. Don't be bewildered by my departure. I'm going to get something ready for you.
Altavi's Munnings, ZNS Network News.
And that does it for this portion of the news, but don't go anywhere. Sports is up next.